This is the advantage of raising free-range chickens. Because free-range chickens can be raised in a small area in the yard, even novice breeders can make money from raising free-range chickens. Raising free-range chickens can be a very promising business opportunity, both on a large scale and at home. In this video, I will tell you how to raise free-range chickens from scratch, from not knowing anything at all until we can have lots of chickens and make a decent amount of money. To raise free-range chickens, we don't need a large plot of land. We can start by utilizing the remaining space in our yard. The first step that we need to prepare before raising free-range chickens is to prepare the land in our yard, the land with a fence around it so that the chickens don't run away anywhere. After making the fence, we make a cage to accommodate the free-range chickens that we will keep. The size of the cage depends on the amount of land available and also depends on the capacity of the chickens we will keep. Just adjust it to your needs. If you want to accommodate more chickens, you can try making a multi-level cage. The next step is to prepare the chickens that we will raise. Here there are two options, whether we will raise chickens from chicks or raise parent chickens. If we choose to care for the chicks during the harvest period, it will of course be quicker and we only need to raise these chickens for 3 to 4 months and then we can sell them. Then if we choose to keep the broodstock, the advantage is that we can harvest eggs faster. By keeping the broodstock we can harvest eggs faster, which we can turn into a profit. We can also determine the eggs from this parent to be DOC, then we can raise them again and later make them into broiler chickens that we can market to consumers. My suggestion is that you should try with the parent chicken first because from here we will learn how to care for the parent chicken, then how to hatch it, then how to raise the chicken so that your business can be sustainable and we can control everything. From caring for mother hens to providing treatment for sick chickens, we can also learn about the chicken reproductive cycle. In my personal opinion, I prefer to keep my own broodstock and then hatch the eggs myself compared to buying DOC directly, because buying DOC will be more expensive, but if we hatch the eggs ourselves, we can reduce the price to be cheaper. Then the next step is the ability to make feed as cheaply as possible. If possible, we can make our own feed with our own mix. Because in the chicken business, the biggest cost is in the feed sector. Because every day our chickens need to eat, every day they have to be fed so they stay alive and can lay eggs or become big chickens that can be marketed later. If friends continue to depend on feed supplies from manufacturers, the results of this chicken business will become increasingly thin, because from day to day the price of feed usually always increases and rarely goes down. That's why we have to be able to master making our own feed, namely by utilizing feed ingredients that are around us and then we mix them with other ingredients. For example, in our area there is bran and corn. Yes, that is what we use to give to chickens. Maybe in other areas there is no corn. There is tofu dregs, coconut dregs, vegetables. We can use that and then we mix other ingredients so that the feed available in our area can become the main feed. High protein feed that is good for the growth of the chickens we raise. This is what we must master in making feed, because this is very important in chicken farming, especially for free-range chickens. If we can make cheap feed, then the profits we will get when selling eggs or selling chickens will be quite good compared to relying on factory feed, which is quite expensive. Apart from mastering feed production, the next very important step is that we are able to treat chickens when they are sick because these chickens often get sick. Because chickens are also living creatures, there are times when they are sick and there are times when they are healthy. When they are sick, we must be responsive and quick to deal with it. If we do not have the ability to overcome the disease, it is very likely that our farm will suffer losses because usually chicken diseases are very easily transmitted and can very quickly wipe out a whole cage of chickens. Therefore, we must be able to overcome this problem, namely by making quality feed, and we must also be able to make herbal medicines that are useful for providing immunity to our chickens. However, if we have given good feed, given vitamins, and given good drinks, but if there are still illnesses, we must be able to overcome them by giving them medicines that can cure the chicken. And one of the things we have to do is separate the sick chickens from the healthy chickens so that they don't get infected, so that the healthy chickens can grow optimally and can be harvested according to the targets we hope for. A very important step that must be taken is to regularly provide feed so that our chickens don't starve in the cage, maintain the cleanliness of the cage, and always monitor the development of our chickens. My habit of raising free-range chickens is that we have to feed them at least twice a day, namely in the morning around 7 AM and in the afternoon around 4 to 5 PM. provided that we give the chickens as much food as possible and as much as they are satisfied. If we keep 20 chickens, we only need a little time to care for them. For example, half an hour is enough for feeding in the morning and half an hour in the afternoon. If we combine the care of the chickens in one day, we only need 1 hour, and that is more than enough to care for them. By setting aside just 1 hour a day, we can raise free-range chickens and earn extra income from our own yard. And the results we get from raising free-range chickens can come from two sources. Friends, from selling eggs or selling the chickens. Both are equally profitable. It depends on which one we want. If we want to earn income faster, we can sell the eggs, because when they lay eggs, we immediately take the eggs and sell them straight away. If we want to be patient to get bigger profits, we can sell the chickens, but we have to wait about 3 months before we can sell the chickens. Because for raising free-range chickens for free-range meat chickens, it usually takes about 3 months before we can sell them. So it's up to you guys which one you want to choose. Whether you want to sell eggs or sell meat, both are possible. What is clear is that we should not let our yards be empty without producing anything. It's better if we use it to raise chickens because it really helps the economy. I hope this video is useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel if you are interested. See you in my next video.